everyone. Welcome back to Serving 813, a radio show and podcast featuring Tampa Bay organizations and groups every Thursday from 1 to 2 p.m. We're your hosts, Ava Lamison
and Lily Nisley.
And today we are so excited to be joined with some of the faces and voices behind Stageworks Tampa. Thank you for being here, guys.
Hi. If you don't know already, Stageworks Tampa is Tampa's longest running professional theater company that serves around 20,000 audience members, and it's led by producing artistic director Carla Hartley. Carla Hartley.
So with that said, welcome Carla Hartley and Crystal Lauderdale Mesa. Welcome to the show. Yes, I'm so excited you guys are here as big theater nerds, I guess. So let's start with the heart of it. What is Stageworks Theater all about, and what's its overall mission within the 813?
Stageworks Theater is the oldest continuously running professional theater in Tampa. So we started in 1983, and from the beginning, part of the goal has been to really look towards reaching underserved communities and telling stories that don't often get told.
Yeah.
So we will. The mission statement itself is to ignite the human spirit, and that is what we try to do with the work that we do. So you'll see stuff that's deeply rooted in social justice. You'll see silly musicals about trailer parks in Florida. So it's a varied, disparate body of work. And we try to make sure that we're telling stories in our community that our community needs to hear.
Yeah.
And we try to make sure that we're hearing stories from segments, and by that I mean ethnicities in our community that we don't often get to hear from.
Yeah.
So you're going to hear stories about things that are very important to the community. You're going to go and see something that's ridiculous and silly. But sometimes that's what we need. We need ridiculous and silly. So that's what we're trying to provide the community.
Yeah, it just seems like you guys hit like all like different types of shows. So that's like really cool that like someone can just come there and probably like find something that suits them if they want to.
There's always a niche for some.
Yeah. So what I wanted to ask is, what role does Stageworks play in the local arts and cultural scene in the 813?
Well, I do think that as the longest running professional theater company, we lead the field.
Yeah.
And what we do here and why we do it. There are a number of other theater companies around. They're all wonderful. I don't shade. I'm not throwing shade at anybody. But when we do, the theater community here in Tampa and across the Bay in St. Petersburg to a certain extent, we're a very tight-knit community. I will direct for other theater companies. I will bring other theater company artistic directors to direct for us. We share. There's a pool of actors, and we all sort of share with other theater companies. And sometimes we negotiate for a particular performer's time. But so I feel like the theater field in Tampa is quite friendly. There's not. I'm not interested in competing with.
Yeah.
I think a rising tide lifts all boats.
Yeah.
And so if we're doing good and doing well, then that means the other theater companies can also be doing well, and vice versa.
And it's cool you guys are working together. Like, you go out to St. Pete to direct some.
Yes, I worked at American Stage for many years, and I haven't directed over there in a little bit, but that's only because my time over here is taken up. But yeah, so in fact, frankly, I will direct across the country.
Yeah, that's awesome.
A couple of
Well, I know Stageworks Tampa started in 1983.
Sure.
Yeah, awesome. So I wanted to know, what's like the history or origin of Stageworks in Tampa? Like, how did it start?
Well, I mean, Stageworks started by a woman named Anna Brennan. And at the time, it was only the early 80s, right? So there's no theater company being run by women in this region. So she decided that that's what she needed to do and to be. So it is the only theater company that has only ever been run by women.
That's awesome.
And that's a large part of what we do is combating misogyny, combating racism, combating homophobia. So that's has been the history of the organization, and it's rooted in social justice, and we want to make sure that all members of our community feel seen and heard.
Yeah, that's really cool, and obviously like a great cause. And like I think Stageworks is like when I like before you guys came in, I just think that's like a known name because I like recognize it, and I think just people know about like Stageworks is like in the Tampa Bay area, and it kind of just represents kind of the theater in our area because like there's obviously like the Straz, it's like the big professional events, but then Stageworks has it all, like it has like everything that can bring the community together and like with kids and stuff because I have like performed there before when I was little, and it just has like everything for someone in the community. So,
and I feel like no matter who you are, you can always like find a place at Stageworks. So it's something I really like. And also something funny is when I told the Serving 813 group chat, I was like, oh, Stageworks is coming in this Thursday, and then everyone was like, Stageworks, what? Like it was so funny. Like
because that's like a big like. I mean, I like happy that you guys came to see us. Like,
it's awesome. Well, we're pleased to be here.
I feel like I'm in a room with celebrities.
Hashtag Tampa famous.
Yeah. But I wanted to ask also, obviously you guys do a lot of performances, and that's how you engage with the Tampa community. And something else I wondered is there any other ways that you engage with the community outside of performances?
We teach. I send teaching artists out into the community. We teach regularly in the juvenile justice system and the foster care system at the Spring, and so arts education is a large part of what we do. So we have the shows. That's sort of one arm of what we do, and then we can rent the facility. So if you wanted to have your, how old are you guys?
17.
All right. So if you wanted to have your high school graduation party, right? Call me. You can rent the theater to do your high school.
Sweet, that's awesome.
I think there was a DM about that. So
I think there was a DM about that.
We'll have to get into that more later because I think someone asked.
Because most of our Instagram followers are just like high schoolers, so they're probably like wanting a birthday party in there or something. That's cool. You could do that.
My son graduated from high school. We had his graduation party there.
Yeah.
And we hooked up the PS4 and put it on the big screen, so you could the whole movie screen of your favorite video game.
It's funny because I feel like it's a big thing, like in our friend group at least, we're always like, what should we do for our birthday party? It's always just like the basic like brunch, which I'm not mad about. This is what you do, but that'd be cool to do something like
that's like different.
You guys did that. That's awesome.
Yeah. So we engage the community in that way, but at the heart of it, we're teaching. We're teaching people. We're talking in the green room earlier about starting arts education when people are young, right? So that as you grow up, as you used to perform, you say, so like you have that experience, and whether or not you would go on to become a professional performer, you've had that experience, and that experience, I think, will buoy you and sort of give you a leg up as you move forward.
Yeah, it definitely felt like unique because like I don't know, like a lot of kids like because I was also like really shy when I was little, and then suddenly I'm like thrown onto the stage and like have to perform. So I think it like helped me like be less shy and stuff and like come out of my shell. So it was like super cool and like definitely like a unique experience from when I was little.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you want to talk a little bit about Act 2 as well? Because I think it's this year that we're starting a new series of that song. Part of the community.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so we're doing we have our 6 plays that we do, right?
Yeah.
And then, but we're going to do now at least 2, perhaps 3 unique events per month.
Oh, wow.
And that can be stand-up, it can be trivia, it can be karaoke, it can be a cabaret. We're going to partner with a local distillery. You guys are in high school, but
like sounds cool. There's 21.
Yeah.
Right. But there's a tequila called Lalo. And so we're doing a bottle painting party.
Oh, cool!
To get your bottle of tequila if you're of age, ladies.
Our parents about it.
For chance a mocktail.
Make a piece of art with the bottle itself.
Wow, that's cool.
So we're trying to find off the beaten path, unique experience event that can drive a younger audience. I mean, everybody in the world is trying to figure out how to get you guys to come to the theater.
I mean, we're only like 10 minutes into the show, and I'm already like, like, sign me up. When's my birthday party gonna be at Stageworks?
So I think that we are trying to provide events for, like you say, for everybody. If you don't want to come and see a heavy play about, I don't know what, homelessness, whatever that would be, then come see the stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
Or come to trivia, or we're going to build this one series of sort of a speakeasy vibe, right? Or we're going to have a bookcase that opens up.
That's awesome.
You have to have a password to come in. So, like, we're trying to really vary the programming so that we are making sure that we're providing entertainment and or education for everybody.
Yeah.
And that space for conversation, because I think that's a big part of what Stageworks does uniquely, is bringing those topics and bringing those experiences and bringing people together. And
yeah,
you can experience those things and have a discussion about it and engage.
Yeah, we'll often have a post-show post-performance discussion about. Yeah, we do just a finished Lady Day at Emerson's Bar. So about Billie Holiday.
I do have to ask, for your classes you provide, is it only like youth based, or do you also have like people of all ages come in?
We have adult classes. Yeah. So over the past 2 years, we've started these adult classes that you can pay and take acting or monologue work, audition workshops. And we're gonna layer in dance and all that stuff. So yeah, so there are adult classes as well as classes for young people.
There's always, if you are interested in Stageworks, there's always something for you if you're listening right now.
You should be my PR person. You're great.
All right. Well, I think that wraps up our first segment, but I do ask all our guests a certain question. So, Carla, I'm going to ask you first, what song should we play?
Keb Mo, Let Your Light Shine. Can we do that?
Yes. Or are you prepared for
Great choice.
Or did I choose the wrong pit?
No.
I chose the right.
Okay, we do.
Oh, no, wait. Oh, no, wait. I told you Pink earlier. I'm sorry. I'm not good at this yet.
Okay. We'll be back after this song.
welcome back to Serving 813. Make sure you tune into the hccHawkRadio.com every Thursday from 1 to 2 p.m. if you want to hear ways to serve your community. And if you're just joining us, I'm one of your hosts, Lily Nisley, and we're here with Carla and Crystal from Stageworks.
So for this segment, we'd like to talk more about you guys and your journey with Stageworks. So I'll start the question off. What is your role at Stageworks?
I'll kick it off. I am one of Stageworks' newest board members. We have 3 new board members who I think our first meeting together was actually in July.
Okay.
Or June. So very brand new to the organization as a board member and as a volunteer. But I've been familiar with Stageworks for more than a decade now. I think I was introduced to the organization when I was part of Leadership Tampa, and we toured the facility, and I fell in love with it immediately because I did theater when I was in preschool. I did theater in college. I've loved theater almost my entire life. And it's just such a gem in our community. If you haven't been, one of the things that I think is pretty unique about it is it's a small, intimate theater. It's Carla, help me out. It's technically a black box theater. Yeah, black box theater. So it's a small, intimate setting. They bring in productions that most of the time, honestly, even as a former theater major and theater lover, they bring in productions that I haven't heard of before. So I'm seeing things that are opening my eyes and are a fresh look at fresh new stories. And it's just such a great experience. So when I had the opportunity to join the board recently, I certainly jumped at it, at the chance to support this organization. And being on the board, right now there are 9 of us, and our role is really to support the staff, to support the strategic future of the organization, and to help the staff and the volunteers do what they need to do. And I will say that they've got a tremendous staff. I have been impressed. From the moment that I've joined. They are just doing so much and bringing so much. So there are a lot of great people behind the organization.
Well, now you're adding to it, so it'll continue to be very good.
Yeah, for sure. I am the producing artistic director. So
Yes.
I choose the plays that we do. I choose the artists who do them. And I am generally in charge of both the artistic and financial health of the organization. So most of what I do is my heart is in the theater, right? My head has to be in numbers in the business because it is still a business, right?
Yeah.
So we're running, so we have to balance things in ways that are helpful to our overall health. So you'll see, yes, new plays about new things, but you'll also see things that you've heard of.
Yeah.
Because you need to balance those things out. You want to do a couple of things that people have heard of and you think are going to do really great business. Then a couple of things that are probably middle of, sort of, you might have heard of them, you might not, but they're really great shows. Then there's at least one niche show a season that is going to be a difficult sell. I know it's going to be a difficult sell, but it's important to do it.
Yeah.
So I think that so long as I can balance all of those things and make sure that we are fulfilling the mission, I've learned one thing over the last 11 years, 11 years that I've been in charge of the organization. When I falter from the mission is when I get in trouble.
Yeah.
When I look to do something because I think it'll make money, or when I look to do something because somebody has asked me to do it because I need something maybe from them later, right? Anytime I sort of pin myself into those situations, I know that I'm going astray. And it generally is trouble.
Yeah.
That is great leadership advice to any organization.
Yeah, I can go with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I need to make sure that we're doing things that are true.
Yeah.
Totally. And that have value to the organization.
Yeah.
And that have value to society in general. But what Crystal said earlier is about engendering conversation.
Yeah.
I want nothing more than for somebody to come see a play and talk about it the next day at work.
Yes.
We used to call it water cooler conversation, but I'm not sure that's a thing anymore. But yeah, I want people to talk about it. I tell people all the time, you're not going to like everything that you see at Stageworks, but you're going to think about it.
Yeah. I mean, it's worth watching.
Yeah, and that's the goal, is to make sure that people are opening themselves up to the lives and stories of someone who is not like them. And I think that's the greatest value of live performance, is you're sitting next to somebody for 90 minutes to 2 hours who is not like you.
Yeah.
And you can hopefully at intermission, or as the second act is about to begin, or afterwards, be able to have a conversation with a stranger about a communal experience that you're having in the moment.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's really cool how it can like bring the community together. Like it can just like unite people over like just like something that they watched that like was unique, and that it can open their perspectives on things. So that's just really cool.
And that's the struggle, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're so siloed as a community, as like we could have easily probably have done this podcast via Zoom, other thing, right? But the greatest value is the four of us sitting here together.
Yes, totally.
So I'm trying to find a way to get young people away from the screens, and I'm not one of those people. I love a screen. My phone will tell you that I love a screen. But there are moments when we have to sort of come back to a place of personal connection.
Yeah,
and that's what we're,
especially with not hating on my generation, but like Loki, yes. It's totally great.
Yeah, the social media.
To give back to the community and like be together. It's awesome. And
sure.
Yeah. Well,
that's why you have your birthday party.
Stages. You all are invited listening.
To bring us back, now that we know your roles, you guys are both very clearly dedicated to your roles. So I'm curious about what like a walkthrough of your day would look like just going to work.
With respect, I don't even know what you do.
I mean, well, the podcast isn't about what I do, but I'm a communications professional and public relations professional. But as a board member at Stageworks, I mean, what that day might look like in the midst of my working days. We're a volunteer board, so all of us volunteer on top of our day jobs. We've got lawyers, we've got insurance professionals, we've got me, a communications professional. We run the gamut. And so as a board member, I'm attending board meetings once a month. Those usually happen after work, sometimes in person, sometimes via Zoom. I'm doing part of the volunteer responsibilities of the board, so helping to reach out and find sponsors for our plays. I'm in this particular case connecting Carla to great podcast opportunities where we can talk about the organization.
Can stay
and looking for songs that we might want to hear. And yeah, generally supporting the team and learning as much about the organization as I can, so we can help spread the word.
My day is never the same.
Yeah.
And that's great for me, right? Like I feel like if I had a 9 to 5 to do, I would just lose my brain.
That's the nice part of it though. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's different. So today I got to work at about 9:30. I had some meetings with some PR folk, and then I'm here. Then tonight we're gonna have a comedian in the building. So I'm gonna leave here, go help set up for that. Oh, sorry. And so that'll be until 9. So I'll be there. I have about a 12-hour-ish day today. If they need me to stay for comedy, they might not. It just depends. So like if I'm not in rehearsal actively for a play, then I'll come in irregular hours. I'll come in like at 9 and like do prep work or buy props or help clean things. It's always different.
Yeah. And
that's awesome for me. I'm coming around to the realization that I probably have a fairly decent case of ADHD. And so I'm a little bit of a moving target, which is so not having a set sort of things to do at 10 o'clock. I do X, Y, or Z. That's not really my jam. So I'll come in. Sometimes I'm there for 12 hours, 13, 14 hours. Sometimes I come in for 3 or 4 and I'm done what I need to do, but I know I'm going to make it up tomorrow when I'm there for so it's a pretty flex schedule, and I'm grateful for it.
Yeah, I feel like that's the best way to do it too, because you never get bored. I mean,
for sure.
Especially at Stageworks, that sounds like an awesome place to work at and volunteer.
Like your jam is communications, right? That's your
really my
you dig it.
Storytelling, story connection.
Yeah, same thing, right? Like I've never had a job. That's a lie. I've had 2 jobs in my life that were not involved in the theater. I threw newspapers for the Tampa Tribune for about 9 months, 3 to 6 in the morning.
3 to 6 in the morning?
you delivered the
Delivered. I was
did you trip? Yeah, but as a journalist.
oh yeah.
Okay, we'll have to catch up.
Yeah. So I threw papers for about 9 months because I needed a job that allowed me to keep my theater job, which is weird, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I had something on my schedule to get me some dollar bills that wasn't that would allow me to still do what I do for the theater, which, as we've discussed, is a widely different schedule. So the only thing I could do that would save the other time is paper.
I think that's great. And we appreciated that back then.
Yeah, right. Exactly. And then I sold knives door to door when I was 17.
Oh,
wow.
I can cut a
new job.
I think that job.
That is a job.
That's crazy.
I can cut a penny and a half with a pair of scissors.
Oh,
that was part of my thing. But my point is, those are the only two things I've ever done in my life. I'm 55. I just turned 55. We're not in the theater, and I cannot explain to you how rare that is for someone who's a theater professional.
Really,
most folks have to have like day jobs and whatever. But I've been blessed.
Yeah, that's so nice.
So I embrace the spontaneity of the schedule. I embrace the joy of the schedule, right? While also embracing the things I hate to do, like money and
necessity.
That's why I have a board.
But I think, you know what, I think that speaks to your personality is such a great fit for this role in Stageworks, because just as 9 to 5 wouldn't be your jam, you know, the chaos that's required to really do the job that you do at Stageworks and to have that creative insight and run the business, there aren't a lot of people who could do that job. So it's because of your personality and your strengths that I think it's a success.
Oh, thanks. That's
it's top off. So with that said, I wanted to ask, what part of Stageworks brings you the most joy?
I love watching an audience watch a play.
Yeah,
I really do. I love to sort of see who's asleep. I love to, that always happens. But to see people who are truly engaged and involved in the story of it, it's a joy to know that I had a part of making it happen.
Yeah. And then just seeing it all.
Yeah. So oftentimes I will stand in the booth and I will watch a little bit just to watch the faces of the audience people as they're watching. So it's
yeah, that would be cool.
That's a cool thing. There was a woman who came to, I forget which play it was. It was a very serious play. She was 90-something, 93 maybe. She had never been to a theater ever.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
And she said to us afterwards, I love this so much, and I'm coming back.
Oh my gosh, I'm sad she discovered it so late. She could have been watching shows her whole life.
But that's cool. You also get to
get to see,
be working with seeing people's milestones. That's crazy.
It's neat.
Yeah,
it's neat.
Well, our last question for this segment that I wanted to ask is, and you guys can both answer, but what is the coolest experience you have had at Stageworks? There's the coolest moment, best play that you love the most. Like, it could be anything. I know it's a tough one.
I feel like it's hard because I see so much individual day.
Or maybe like from
most memorable.
Yeah. Or like
I think it's shit, and then that lady to be able to look at someone who has lived a life.
Yeah.
And to know that you offered them a new experience.
That's
experience they have not had in 93 years.
Wow.
That's profound.
Yeah, that's crazy. And I know, Crystal, you just became a board member. So have you had any memorable experiences yet?
I mean, like I said, I love sitting on the board. Probably the most memorable experiences, as they should be, have been attending some of the performances.
Yeah.
And I don't know that I could pin it to exactly one, but to what Carla said, what I love about having the experience of attending a play at Stageworks is that intimate theater setting. Is it 99 seats?
99 seats.
99 seats. So you're never in there with 100 people or more. You're there with a small group, and
there's never a terrible seat.
No, not a terrible seat. And at least any time that I have been, it is that experience where, during intermission, you walk out, you've been sitting very closely with these people. And I always end up having a conversation about the play, the performance, the artistry, behind all aspects of it, because that's one of the things that I love about theater. And certainly I think Stageworks just does a great job across the board. It's not just the acting, which is always stellar, but the set design, the things that the team does in that small space is really incredible. But I like coming out of the theater, whether it's at intermission or after a performance, and talking to other people who have been there and talking about what we took away.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess it's time for a song break. So just like I asked Carla, Crystal, what song should we play?
Demi Lovato's Confident.
Oh, love it. Okay. We'll be back after this song. And we're back. Welcome back to Serving 813. Make sure to tune in to hccHawkRadio.com every Thursday from 1 to 2 p.m. if you want to find ways to serve your community. Now, if you're just joining us, I'm one of your hosts, Ava Lamison, and we're here with Carla and Crystal from Stageworks. So I put up an Instagram story the other day asking you guys listening to send in questions regarding Stageworks, and now Carla and Crystal are here to answer them. So
Very excited. This is a surprise.
yes, let's get into it.
So the first DM that I have here asks, what do Stageworks classes and workshops consist of, or like what goes on during those?
Well, kind of depends a little bit on, like, right now we're doing summer camps for children. So they're next week they start. It's a 2-week camp, so they're gonna make their own play and perform it at the end of those 2 weeks. So they'll do dance parts, they'll do music parts, they'll do writing parts, and then they'll do like the making of the costume.
Oh, awesome.
It's meant to be a camp to provide a full theater experience.
Yeah.
Hand and everything, right? Now the adult classes are different. So we have adult acting, which is basically monologue and scene work and how we do what we do. Then we have like audition workshops. So if you have generally we do it in the spring because there's a big audition here in Tampa, the unified audition. So we help actors become prepared for that. We also do private coaching. So I will often coach a high school student who's going to do their audition for a college program, a BFA program or whatever. So I'll work with kids like that.
Yeah.
So it's varied, and we're going to add dance. I think we're looking to add a tap class, and maybe a hip hop class as well.
Awesome.
So we're trying to branch out. We've only been doing these what we call pay for play classes for about a year and a half. But it's been successful for us. So we're pretty. It's pretty cool. I also will work with people, like, say, if Crystal was a business person, which she is, and was terrible at giving presentations, which she's not. But if she were, I come in, I do a little bit of executive coaching. I talk to business folk about how to pitch, how to connect with people, how to give a speech, basically. So it really runs the gamut. I dig it all. It's all super fun, and you should come and take a class.
Can we go together? Like, I would love to do that.
Yeah, for sure.
We pranked Lily one time on this podcast. We were like, because it was our first time doing it, and we're like, you have to sing our songs. Like, we're not playing any song, you have to sing them. And then she
Then it's like karaoke during the break, so like I have to sing it, and I was like, what? And like none of them were cracking. It was like 4 of my friends. No, then when it was like the night before, we were like practicing, and then when we they didn't tell me, and so like finally I was getting stressed. I said I wasn't gonna go because I was like, I don't know the song. Like, oh my god.
And she was like, I have the worst singing voice in here. And you're like, it was honest to do it.
Now Carla can coach you, so that
That's sad. And you're like, now it's the size. Next time you get pranked, you can actually be like, let's do it.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Another DM says, I'm in tech at Plant Theater Co. Do you have any tech opportunities at Stageworks?
Yes, absolutely. We're always looking for backstage help. We're always looking for people who can maybe do assistant stage managing, or if this young person is a designer, we're always looking for that. Oftentimes we'll partner with either Blake High School, because I know I went to school with the guy who runs that program, and University of Tampa, where I teach. I'm an adjunct at University of Tampa. So oftentimes we will take student artists, and they can shadow the designers or the actors that we have doing the work. So there's all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
In fact, there was a plant kid who ran shows for me for a couple of years, actually. Can't remember.
It's crazy how the high schoolers like do their plays. Like, they're actually like so good.
Yeah.
Lily, have you been to one?
I saw the Nutcracker one year, I think, and I was very impressed.
Yeah.
Like, it looked like
Really?
not high school. Like, it looked like way higher level.
It's like weird. I'm like, I'm your age. Like, how are you?
Like, trying to show me.
Yeah, I mean, there are a couple of really, really, really good.
Yeah, especially at Blake, because they're a performing arts school, right? Yeah.
Blake is very good. Alonso is very good. Most of the high school work that I see is good.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Yeah. Okay, going to the next DM. This, I'm sure, was a high schooler. They said, I'm like very busy, but is there any ways I can any ways I can support Stageworks without physically going into volunteer? Like, maybe they were talking about like donations or something. I don't know.
Well, if you have $1 million, certainly take it. But I think that in just helping. If you don't want to come in, that's fine. But if you can help us spread the word about it. It's like push some stuff past your social media, share, and what is it? Share, engage, something like
repost.
Because surprisingly, even though Stageworks has been the longest running professional theater, there are a lot of people in the community, especially in your age group, who still don't know about it. So helping to spread the word is always welcome.
For sure.
And then most of our followers are our age. So
well,
hopefully
the word.
bring some people for you guys.
Yay.
But okay, next DM. This is like, I'm reading this. It's like kind of hard to answer, but I'll still ask.
We'll try.
It says, what do you think the best play or performance you have seen at Stageworks?
Crystal.
Oh, jeez.
I know. I'm like, there's so many.
I think I can answer that.
I'm gonna pick.
That is really tough.
Maybe just one of your favorites. Like
Name, you know what? Okay, it was the most recent that I've seen, so I'm not going to say it was necessarily the best because I have seen a lot. It was amazing though. It may have been the best. So, Lady Day at Emerson's Bar and Grill was about Billie Holiday. It was, it wasn't a one-woman performance. The band was a solid part of that, but the woman who played Billie Holiday definitely carried a great deal of the performance. And what they did with the theater and the set really brought the audience into it. So the setting for this was a lounge where Billie Holiday was performing, and the set design made some of the seating into table seats up front. So you could sit at a table, you could have a glass of wine. The bar that was part of the set was a working bar. So before the show and during intermission, you could go up to the bar where the actor playing the bartender was the one serving the drink. So you really felt like you were completely immersed in this setting and really felt like you were hearing from Billie Holiday herself. It was an incredible performance.
It's really cool.
I can't say that I have a favorite because I do like all of the work that we do. Generally, I'm going to move towards the smaller, more theatrically interesting pieces, right? Ordinary Days was a 4-hander musical that we did that I thought was beautiful, just gorgeous. But yeah, so I like all of it, but I'm gonna be partial to the things that nobody wants to come see.
Yeah, that's like because like the smaller plays, like I think like people just don't want to see them because they don't like recognize it or not. But like everyone deserves like a shot, and like you never know like what you'll watch that you actually end up really liking.
I mean, like, don't judge a book by its cover. Like, you never know. That can be like the best play you've ever seen.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, and we've talked about this earlier because this DM is like something we talked about, but it says, can I rent a space for a private event? And yes.
Yeah, that's for sure. It's challenging, right? Because for a couple of reasons. One, we don't have a lot of dark time, right? So we program every bit of stuff that we can. But yeah, on the off nights, on even like it depends on you, right? So like some of the jam is that you're gonna come in, you're gonna rent the space, and it's gonna look like an abandoned campus. Right? Like that happens to be the set that's on stage. So if you do rent with us, there are some things that you have to sort of live. One is the set is there. And it is what it is. There's no changing it. But yeah, we do parties. We do book launches. We have a church. I have a church every Sunday. So yeah, come rent.
All right. We do seem to be running out of time. So I know I'm getting the text. So I will ask one last question that's not DM based. It's how can students like us get involved, and what's the best way to reach out?
Okay. Well, students can get involved in many ways. You can become ushers, so you can come see the play for free, as long as you're helping people find their seats and all that stuff. You can just volunteer on a general basis if you want to come in and help us put it's data entry basically, but like put our information up on the to-do lists and all that stuff, like computery work. A ton of things that we need like organized, and like some of the places in my theater are a little bit of a mess. And we just don't have the time really to like sort. Do that kind of like hands-on stuff, painting, all that stuff, and you'll get your Bright Futures hours.
And it's not like you're just getting your hours, like you're actually doing something.
They're like fun. Like if you're like painting and stuff, like that's gonna be like a play.
I would love to usher to get hours, like,
and you get to watch the play, like
and we're pretty fun to be around.
Not gonna lie. I mean, you guys seem very welcoming, so. Well, I think that does wrap up our show. So thank you so much, Crystal and Carla, for being here. But I do have one more question. I have another song request. What should we play?
I think we should play Brave.
Love it.
Yes, I love that one.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much, you guys, for being here. It was so fun. And
Thank you.
yes, we'll see you.
Thanks so much.
Yes, we'll see you after this break. And we're back. Welcome back to Serving 813. Make sure to tune into hcchawkradio.com every Thursday from 1 to 2 p.m. if you want to find ways to serve your community. We were just here with Carla and Crystal from Stageworks, but now it's just me and Lily. They've officially left the building. So I think this would be a great time to reflect on what we learned today from Stageworks and just do a little talk about it.
Yeah.
So
Something that I really noticed that I thought was very interesting I didn't know before is just how many opportunities they have for people of all ages.
yeah.
Because I remember going there when I was little as an elementary schooler, and now they're also talking about how they have adult acting classes, and they just have shows for all age groups, funny, scary, unique, everything.
So I
So
like how they're very welcoming of all ages.
yeah,
Even if you're
really do.
little, you can be Carla said, you can be 94 going in, watching a play and falling in love
Be
with
like
it.
a high schooler and go in to volunteer and just like paint some props or like,
And that's,
you know, the tech, like everything.
yeah, it's a cool way to get hours too. Like you can just
Yeah.
flex like, oh, I got all my hours from Stageworks.
Yeah, I watched some free plays while I did.
But yeah, I did. I also thought it was crazy how Carla was talking about she handles the financials along with running the plays, really, which is like, that's so weird to me because I forget most of the time that Stageworks, like the theaters, like they also have like a business to it.
Yeah, I just think of like the fun like
Yeah.
plays and performances, but like it's also like her job is a lot more than just like directing the plays and stuff. There's also like behind
Yeah.
the scenes, so it's just they do a lot over there, and there's a lot of ways that high schoolers can help them.
Yeah. So if you guys are still listening, you should definitely sign up. Go
Yeah.
to stageworks.com, I think. If not, it's not that. I don't know what I just said.
We'll link it in the Instagram.
In our Instagram post. But with that said, if you haven't already, go follow Serving813 on Instagram, and also go follow Stageworks Tampa on Instagram, and go to the website stageworks.org if you are interested in volunteering. Yes. So I guess that.
No, I'm not really here. But
Okay, we have a confession. Crystal and Carla are still here. Oh, I keep getting the website wrong. What is
Stageworks Theater.
stageworkstheater.org.
Theater with an R-E.
Theater with a R-E. If you're
They're gonna put it on the thing.
yeah, so if you're interested in volunteering, go do that and sign up. So that was a little goofy, but you know, podcasts can never just be the same old vanilla boring. So, well, I guess that wraps up our show for today. We're serving your city one convo at a time. This is Ava Lamison signing off.
And this is Lily Nisley signing off.
Bye. We'll see you next week. Hey everyone. Welcome back to Serving 813.